Welcome back, guys. Shout out to all the fans.
Production.
And I want to say what's up. Shout out to all the fans here. This is Andrew Rayburn. And remember, you can go ahead and check out my YouTube page here. And also go on my Pristine Productions here website. If you want to pick up the latest Rasta guitars and bass, that's available there. And also, you want to check out the course graph here. Mixing pro dancehall in the box, pro afro beat in the box, pro reggae in the box here. Check that out, guys. And we're gonna show you some tips and tricks today here. This is Pristine Productions here, and we're gonna be doing the live Mixing Pro Afro beat featuring live stream. The artist here, Jackie Castillo here, and I want to go straight into it here. So let's bring back the track here. So let's go ahead and do that here. I'm gonna bring the track back here. I want to teach you how we do some stuff though.
I just wanna love you, baby.
Here we go. Jackie Castillo. Shout out to all the fans.
Oh, baby, it's all about you, all about you. 'Cause I'm ready to ride. And you, and you, and you, you rock my body. And you, and you, and you rock me steady. And you, and you, and you rock my body.
So tune in, guys. This is a live wire show here. Feature the artist Jackie Castillo.
I can tell you like the vibes you're feeling. Your love is king and your queen is waiting. Just promise me one thing. You won't be easy like a Sunday morning. Take me where you wanna go. Belize Beach or to Mexico. Let me be your peace. Love you eternally.
I want to big up Jackie Castillo.
Ready for a journey, baby? Let me know, 'cause I'm ready to ride. And you, and you, and you rock my body.
So, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the live wire stream here. And tune in, grab some coffee, and hit up in the live stream cafe here. And I'm your mixing engineer host, Andrew Rayburn here. And I want to big up to all the artists here. Big up to all the supporters, the artists, Virgin Islands here. And we're going to be talking about mixing Jackie Castillo Afrobeat here. Shout out to Jackstar. I get to talk to her today and support the Belize artists. You want her to sing on some events, live events, link up Jackie Castillo here. So let's get right down into the track here. This is one of her a recent release. Shout out to a producer that sent in the stems here. I believe it was Dane. So shout out to you, Dane. Let's get down to the elements here. How do we get to mix Jackie vocals? So I'm going to go in right here. So let's get down to it here. We're going to talk about the elements here, what we have to work with here. So I'm going to mute the vocals here, and I'm going to play the track here. So let me go ahead and do that. Hit play. got some guitars going on here. So we do have some guitars happening in the track here, and we have some keyboards sounds going on as well. Let me go ahead and check something real quick here. Just gonna double check on some presets here. Hit apply, and so we have some plucks here going on. We have some shakers here. We have a number of things happening in this track here. Got the bass line here. And then we have some jumps going on as well. So I'm going to start off with the rhythm section, of course. Here is the kick drum here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that up there. Here we go. I'm going to play that part here. I'm going to bring in the guitars. Now this is a afro beat here, so we want to approach this track here. I'm going to break down what I did on this track with Jackie. It's a smooth track. She's a very dynamic singer. She has a lot of energy and she sings very smooth. So we got to make sure we're making space here in the instruments here. So I'm going to hit the play button here, and I'm going to bring in... Let's bring in the other instruments here. Here's the pluck, or the pad, should I say. Bring in the drums here. So let me go down to the kick drum here. Typical afro beat. I'm going to pull up the NLS here. And I'm pumping a lot of low end in this thing here. Let me pull that back just a little bit here and play it back here. Maybe right about there. Now I'm just giving a little bit of a boost here, about the 450 range here. I want to make sure we get that big and fat modern sound here. And on this track here, it's the snare drum. Play that part. I have a rim shot playing with a hi-hats in one stereo track. So I gotta treat them both in one edit here, since I didn't get that by itself. So when you're dealing with stems, you want to make sure if they're giving you a guitar and a bass, you got to make sure you use EQ to try and balance the faders here. So I'll pull up the SSL here. I'm going to bypass that. I'm going to take off the reverb. This is what I was given here. This is the raw track as it is. So I wanted to create a nice ambient space for Jackie's voice. So I went ahead and boosted a little bit of top end here for the rim shot, and it's gonna affect the hi-hats as well, but not by a whole margin. So I'm gonna turn on the SSL here and go ahead and hit playback here. Let's bring this back here. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm gonna bring in the kick. And I'm using on the kick here, I'm using a little bit of pull tech here. I'm gonna back off maybe about 8 dB at 60 here. If I turn that off, the kick drum kind of get a little bit weak. Remember, we're mixing for 20, 22 and above, right? So everything's changed now. We gotta make sure that these mixes are big and fat and they're full. So there's the snare drum there. So I went ahead and added the reverb here to give it a little bit of space here. I'm using the typical reverb from Waves, and I'm using a plate, and I'm gonna play back the rim shot here. You can hear that space. Took off the early reflections here. Let me pull off a little bit of the top end of the reverb here. Maybe right about there. And let's see what else we got here with this rhythm section here. So we have a flute noise here. I'm gonna unmute those. I'm gonna play those. So that's what's happening there. It's a flute with its own reverb. So I'm keeping that as it is there. Have effects here. Let's play that part. I'm gonna hit the play. That's a hit there. Let me go ahead and see what else we got to play with here. Whenever it comes to if you're dealing with collaboration, if the artist is sending you their tracks, whether they record it themselves, produce it themselves, or they have the engineer send it to a mixing engineer, like what happened to me. You got to make sure you pinpoint and understand what is the artist's vision for her song. Now, this is a nice song. It's a very lovely song from Jackie, and she's a smooth singer, like I said. She loves vibes, melodies. So we want to make sure the rhythm relate to her character. So after listening to the track, we have stuff like some guitars here. Kind of gives me that old Mexico kind of vibe. And I've listened to the other guitars here, so you kind of get a feel into what the producers were going for when they produce the track for the artist. Now the artist is looking to the engineer, me, or you, if the artist is giving you the mixing session, to bring her song to that final goal and finish. So it translates. So mixing makes a big difference, guys. Very big difference. That's a Strum Strat guitar there. Big reverb, so I'm leaving it there. So I already knew that these guitars, especially the acoustic one, that's where the value is. So you want to make sure that that guitar is shining with Jackie. You know, so that's how we producers and engineer envision. Whenever artists bring songs to me, I try to relate that rhythm that will fit the artist. I've talked on this on previous videos before. Understand the vision of the artist and respect the vision, and take it on another level on a level bigger than what they expect, but don't change what the artist wants to accomplish here. So let me go ahead and bring in these guitars. Go ahead and press play. And here we have another guitar here. So we have 1, 2, 3 guitars here. Here's a little mutt guitar, they call it, or mute guitar. Play it by itself here. There it is. Now it's a very emotional song here, so nothing's wrong with putting stuff in reverbs, but remember, you don't want to overdo here. So I had to make these guitars relate here. So let's see what I did with the mutt guitar here. Let's took out a little bit of mid-range here. I'm gonna boost, let you hear what I did there, what I took out actually. That's what I took out. You don't want to get in the way of the vocal. So what they're doing here in this phase, or how I work, I'm mixing the instrument first. I'm starting with the rhythm section and the ear candy sounds that I know is gonna connect with Jackie. I want to make sure these instruments is in their own space. In that way, when we reach the vocal, we don't have to be scratching our heads, you know. And it doesn't matter where you start. You can start with the rhythm section or just the vocals. I like to start with the rhythm section because I want to make sure it's big, it's powerful, it's full. And when I tackle the vocals, I bring that up to level. So let's go back here and bring in the other guitars here. So that's the main sound right there. We wanna be sitting right next to Jackie's voice here. Put a reverb on it. If I play without the reverb, put on the reverb here. And give it that big space sound I always talk about, right? So let's see else what we got here. We have a drop sound here. I'm gonna play that. That's all that is happening there. So let's see. We got some shakers going on here. I'm bringing back the drums here. And then we have another instrument here. Now, what did I do with the strum guitar here? I've added some top end to it. You want to make sure that's polished and shiny when it comes to acoustic guitar sounds. Let me mute the channel strip here. I'm going to play. And then I'm going to play it after. Without the reverb. With the reverb. So that's gonna be the main guitar sitting beside Jackie's vocals and the other guitars as well. Let's bring in the rest of the sounds here. And it's very important, guys, to make sure everything is balanced and heard. You don't want certain things to go missing because, you know, like I said, these artists know exactly what they want. They're inspired by the rhythm, or sometimes they inspire the producer to build a certain rhythm. And they're depending on you, a mixing engineer, to bring everything in contrast and in context. So let's go down to the bass line here. Let's see what Brother Wade did with the bass here. If you notice here, I'm taking out a little bit of 110 here because I felt like there was a little bit too much extra boom there. We want a big boom, but I don't want too much boom. I'm pulling out a little bit of 60 here, so I'm going to play. Off. On. And I'm using a little bit of smack to tighten up the bass here. If I take the smack off here, let me go ahead and do that. The bass is going to sound a little bit sustained. I want a tight bass. On top of that, I'm using the multivariant compressor here so it can control the low end. Let me isolate the bass here. Bass is a tricky subject. A lot of people have gotten some headaches trying to figure out what's going wrong with their bass. They like the bass, but it's too much low end. It's covering up the artist, and it's discouraging a lot of people. You know, so compressor here so it can control the low end. I'm sorry guys, my phone is making noise here. Shout out to Dennis Rikenya. He's watching it live. Clark Dill, bless up. So the bass here, as I was saying, the bass, a lot of people struggle with it. You got to make sure the low end is balanced. Sometimes you're gonna get some big 808 or big electric basses, and you hear a lot of boom, which may sound great, but when you put it with the vocal or other instruments, you start to hear that something's wrong there. What's going on? So you want to look at the frequencies now. The C4 here is pulling just about that 60 hertz down. So I'm going to play that. I'm going to bypass. Put it on back here. So I want to make sure I get that under control. The bass is very essential, guys. So let's get back to the track here. I don't want to take too long. I don't want to bore you guys. I just want to get into this mix here and show you what we did and what it takes to get professional sounds. Here is the one of the main plucks here. Now check this out. I'm boosting a little bit of a top end here, about 3K and about 5 dB at 8K. If I take off the EQ, check this out. I'm gonna play here. That's the sound without EQ. I'm gonna turn on EQ. All of a sudden, the instrument has gotten louder, there's more clarity, and there's some sweetness in there that was hiding. So you got to make sure you EQ certain things properly. Don't just leave them there and roll off the bottom end and you end up with a thin mix. So let's bring in, let's see what we got here. I'm going to get to the pluck here and play that. And play it back. I'm gonna turn off channel strip here. On. Giving it more clarity. So let's get to Jackie's part here now. We're gonna get to Jackie's vocals here. So I'm gonna play this part here. Here we go.
It's all about you, all about you, and you, and you, and you. You rock my body, and you, and you, and you. You rock me steady, and you, and you. And
now let's see what we did with Jackie's vocals here. I'm gonna mute some of the instruments here. I'm gonna pull off the chain here so you can hear the what I did before and after here. Pull off the EQ. I'm gonna leave I have a compressor on, giving her a little bit of volume here. So let's go ahead and play the track here. Play Jackie.
And you, and you, and you rock my body. And you, and you, and you rock me steady. And you, and you.
That's her in the dry booth. No EQ. There's just a compressor happening on her vocals there. So, what did I do? And a pro tip, guys. I said a time before, when it comes to female artists, they're very touchy on when it comes to their vocals, because they know how they sound, obviously how they perform, and they want to hear a natural vibe in their mix, and don't sound too robotic, or you're changing the pitch, or you're altering their sound, making them sound fake, or making them sound like somebody else. It's very important to, if you work with artists, you understand their vocal, you're supposed to keep that natural tone, but there's nothing wrong with a little key change, a little key tune. You want to enhance the natural but still give it natural sound. Makes sense. So let's look at Jackie's EQ curve here. I'm going to play the track back here.
You and you rock my body.
So I'm going to try an EQ.
I already knew I have everything here for you.
Now I'm boosting a lot of top end here. She is a dynamic singer and a jazz singer as well, and she's very flexible. You've heard her on her regular songs, like Beg, Borrow, and Steal, where she brings out that more energetic side. She's kind of laid back here, but I'm bringing up some top end here. Now that is introducing two things.
I can tell you like the vibes you're feeling.
It's giving me clarity, and it's also giving me a little bit too much essence in there. If I take it off, let me not play it back here.
Your love is king and your queen is waiting. Just promise me one thing. You won't be easy like a Sunday morning.
So what do we do? You know, by say, Ray, man, how you gonna fix that? So first thing I did, I went ahead and took out what you call resonance, that comes feedback from the mic. Not the feedback like when the mic too loud and you hear that ring. I'm talking about the mechanical diaphragm and electronics in the mic. When the singer is singing, every singer goes through it. No matter if you're using $1 million mic or a $900 mic or a $10 mic, it will pick up a little bit of electronics on it. You got to EQ that out to keep the vocals cutting and smooth. So this is what I did here. I did a little bit of surgery here, and I'm gonna play a Jackie's vocal here. I'm gonna show you what I was taking out, so we can clean up that little bit of S's and a little bit too bright stuff there. We want bright, but we don't want too bright.
Your love is king and your queen is waiting. Just promise me one thing.
Let me boost.
You won't be easy like a Sunday morning. Take me where you wanna go.
I'm taking that out.
Belize Beach or to Mexico.
Boost.
Let me be your peace.
Taking that out.
Love you eternally. Are you ready?
And certain phrases and certain pitch she switches to introduce those artifacts only when she goes high. So we got to pay attention and have a keen ear. Now I typically use a de-esser to remedy what I've boosted. So I want to sneak back in, take out some of the harshness of the highs that we did, and maintain the natural tones. I'm going to turn on the de-esser here. So let me go ahead and play that.
Ready for a journey, baby. Let me know, 'cause I'm ready to ride. And you, and you, and you rock my body. And you, and you, and you.
And now you can hear a little bit of harshness comes off with the de-esser.
You rock me steady.
Off.
And you, and you, and you rock my body.
On.
You.
And
stress and that you need. I just wanna.
So I'm doing some heavy compression on Jackie's vocals. You might say why compress Jackie's vocals heavily, or well, like I said, this song is a smooth song, so I wanted to do two things with this compressor here. I wanted to give her a little bit more warmth, like she's a little bit closer to you listening, and this compressor also gives her excitement, and it controls her vocals and brings it up, and that way her vocal doesn't get lost in the song, no matter what part of the song she's in. So that's what I'm doing with this compressor here. Check out the meter here.
Love you, baby. Let's ride to this melody. Make a beautiful, sweet love story. Just promise me one thing. You won't be easy like a Sunday morning. Take me where you wanna go.
So that's what's going on here, and I have a final EQ here. I'm taking out a little bit more resonance here, like what I showed you earlier, but similar frequencies here.
Just promise me one thing.
So let's move on, and I went ahead and sent her vocals through 2 reverbs because I wanted to make sure we get that R&B smooth sound. I'm gonna play her vocals here.
You won't be easy like a Sunday morning. Take me where you wanna go. Belizean Beach or to Mexico. Let me be your peace. Love you.
Notice
eternally.
she has a nice howl coming in behind her vocals. It's not getting in the way of her vocals. So I want to set that stage, set that mood. So I went ahead and I did a second reverb here, using the classic plate to give her that live stage feel. I'm gonna play the vocals back here.
Just promise me one thing. You won't be easy like a Sunday morning. Take me where you wanna go. Belizean Beach or to Mexico. Let me be your peace.
And I'm doing some very small delays just to give her a little bit of space, not too much delays here, because I want to make sure her vocal is the main focus here. So let's bring in the guitar and see how Jackie's holding up with these sounds here. I'm gonna hit play.
Peace. Love you eternally. Are you ready for a journey, baby? Let me know, 'cause I'm ready to ride. And you, and you, and you, you rock my body.
There's a guitar coming in.
And you, and you, and you rock me steady. And you, and you.
Remember, we want to make that acoustic guitar sit right beside Jackie's vocals here. So that's what we're doing. Play the track.
And you rock my body. You. Stress and that you don't need. I just wanna love you, baby. Let's ride to this melody. Make a beautiful, sweet love story. Just promise me one thing. You won't be easy like a Sunday morning.
And notice as I bring in each instrument here, Jackie's vocal is slicing right through like a knife on bread. Just butter it up. And that's the beauty when you have good experience, you understand artists, you have a good ear to balance these things out. So they're depending on you to get everything done. You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to change the tone or the sound of the artist. You want to enhance it here. Let's go down to her backing vocals here. Let's see what we did here. I'm gonna play back.
You rock my body. And you, and you, and you. You rock me steady. And you, and you, and you. You rock my body. You. When we met, I already knew. I have everything here for you.
There, I'm having more like these stuff here. If you don't hear it solo like this, you will never hear it on this level in the mix. In the mix, it just glues together. But this is what we're doing here. We're doing an X amount of delays here, and we want to spread her ad-libs and her harmonies here with that. So I'm gonna play. So I'm going hard left with one of the vocals and hard right, typical standard panning. And here I have a third vocal here. Let's play the bottom one here. Let's see what we got here. That's the bass note, and that's filling in, making Jackie's harmonies sounding full. That bass note there. I'm gonna show a little bit of trick here. I'm using the micro shift on her bass tone vocal. Give it a little bit of spread. That's what the micro shift is doing here. On the other harmonies, I'm doing the same thing. Just give it a little bit of spread. I'm setting the delay to loose, so it widens up what Jackie's doing here. So let me isolate just the lead and the back end vocals here. For all you singers out there, this is key stuff. Pro tip, like I said, especially female artists, they like to hear their harmonies. They like to hear the ad-libs. They want it right there. They don't want it buried in the song. That's what they put in the work to do, and they expect you to put it there. And how do you balance that off? It comes with proper EQ and proper recording, of course. So let's play Jackie's lead with the
You rock my body.
with the sound.
And you rock me steady. And you rock my body. You.
Notice that her vocals is sounding like one team. I'm not hearing the ad-lib going that direction. It's delaying. You got to make sure everything's tight. Even if the singer kind of slips the harmony, that's your job. You got to line it up, sync it up with her lead. And typically when an artist is finished recording a lead, they might do 2, 3, 4, 5 different takes. When it comes to the harmonies, they'll maybe do 2 or 3 takes. But after a while, they kind of get exhausted. So that's your job, to make sure you go into each track, make sure the ad-lib is lining up with her lead, her verses, her words, because that's how you get that tight high harmony sound. When you take each section, and even if you have to chop up the word is or was and pull it a little bit to the left or the right, link it up with the lead here. And so that's what we did. We did a one team sound with Jackie here.
You rock my body.
There we go, very tight. So when I bring in the bass here, I'm bringing the plucks here.
And you rock me steady.
Now let's talk about like the delay I was talking about earlier. So having all three of her back-end vocals, here. Shout out to Cindy Burgos, big up Cindy, and my niece as well, Rachel. Where to go, on, niece? Yeah. So all her 3 back-end vocals coming out of one track. Makes life easier. You know, in case they say, Ray, can you boost my tenor or my alto? Instead of going in the individual faders, I have everything coming out of one. So I can adjust all 3 in one lick. Bring it up, bring it down, just a little bit of adjustment here. Because sometimes artists is going to give you feedback. They want to say, I'm not hearing my harmonies. Can you boost the harmonies? So rather than having the headache of going each harmony, boost the one up, then another one up, route all of them in one track, boost everything, and give it a little bit of a jump, not a big boost. When an artist tells you to bring up the harmony a little bit, it doesn't mean go all the way up. Take a little bit of pinch, you know. So this is what I'm doing with Jackie's harmony here. Let me go to here is the bus here, and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing with her harmonies here. Having a de-esser, same thing. Take out those S's, those little S and all those stuff. You want to take that out. Let's see what else I'm doing here. I have the. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, I have the CLA. I have the L2. You might say, Ray, man, you're confusing me. Look at all this stuff. What are you doing with all these stuff? All these plugs plays a part. all these plugs plays a part, guys. So it's very important um, to have that going. I don't make the rules. Whatever I see fit that is needed on vocals, I do it until I get what I'm envisioning here. So I'm gonna play her harmony section. Go ahead, play. Let me take off that little pluck there so we can focus on the. And sometimes harmonies may sound a little bit different on their own, but blending with the lead, that's the main thing. Make it one sound. So I'm sending those to the same reverb, the classic plate here, and I'm sending her through the Echo Boy from Sound Toys. That's what I'm getting, that ping pong movement. Ping pong is when the vocal delay is bouncing left and right, body, body, body. You know, it's going left, right, and giving you a wide sound, right, rather than coming dead on in the center here. So. And I can change the tone of the delay if I can go on telephone as settings here. Let's hear that sound by itself. You get a slight little top end, like a telephone voice, when it delays out. That's what that's doing there. But for some reason, when I was mixing the song, I chose the DM setting here. So I'm gonna set it back to that here. Let's see. Distress. Slide up. DM2. I'll play it back here. Okay. So that's what we did here. So I'm going to bring in the lead here, and I'm going to bring in just the drum section here so you can hear the balance that's happening here. So let's go ahead and bring in the stuff here.
And you rock me steady. And you rock my body. When we met, I already knew I have everything here for you. I can tell you like the vibes you're feeling. Your love is king and your queen is waiting. Just promise me one thing. You won't be easy like a Sunday morning. Take me where you wanna go.
And shout out to Jackie, if she's watching, by the way. Here is the automation here. Remember I told you guys automation, sometimes you gotta ride the fader while these things are happening in the track to give it movement. Just don't stick at one level here. What I was doing with this automation on Jackie, I was, whenever the verse says steady and that stuff, the delay goes out and comes back in. That's what I'm doing with the lines here. I'll go ahead and play that back here.
Here for you. I can tell you like the vibes you're feeling. Your love is king and your queen is waiting.
See, it's waiting. You're hearing that delay there.
Just promise me one thing. You won't be easy like a Sunday morning. Take me where you wanna go. Belizean Beach or to Mexico. Let me be your peace. Love you eternally. Are you ready for a journey, baby?
They're hearing that wide stereo sound there. With
'Cause I'm ready to ride. And you rock my body. And you rock me steady. And you.
Now I'm going to talk about a little bit about the master chain here. I just have an EQ on it. I'm doing a little bit of house cleaning here. Just clean out the sides to make sure the harmony is not clouding up the headroom here. And I'm controlling the entire mix with the T-Rax Dynamic MU. That is compressing and mastering Jackie's performance on the fly.
'Cause I'm ready to ride. And you rock my body. And you rock me steady. And you rock my body.
Now, why do we use compressors? It controls the entire mix and it keeps everything intact. It keeps Jackie's lead in the front, keeps the harmonies right next to her, and everything is balanced. And we're just moving that needle a little bit, you know. So that's what we're doing with this track here.
When we met, I already knew I have everything here for you. I can tell you like the vibes you're feeling. Your love is king and your queen is waiting.
So I'm gonna stop there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. By the way, if you guys want to learn how to route and do live streaming like what I'm doing, or do a performance, there is some tools you need to download. It's called NDI, and I'm gonna show you what it's called. NDI Audio Direct. There it is, right there. Everything that I'm doing here, NDI is sending the signal straight through to OBS and live streaming to also. What I'm hearing is what you guys are hearing here. And this has been a mixing live featuring Jackie Castillo. Remember to hit me up if you want me to mix and master for you guys. You know, you got some rhythm for me to mix. Hit me up, guys. Check out my website, my YouTube page. My third album is out, Diversity. Type in Andrew Rayburn Music. And we're going to catch you on the next one, guys. So this has been a great live stream. Tune in. I'm going to make an announcement when we do another session. We're going to be doing a reggae track, by the way. So you guys are going to love that one with another female artist. So I'm going to catch you guys on the next one here.